Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum against Impact Wrestling. This is from October 21st, 2021, and this was the go home show for Bound for Glory, and it most certainly was a good go home show. Chris Bay and Hikuleo versus Juice Robinson and David Finlay in a number one contenders match. They went back and forth. It was the best exhibition that I have seen in a tag scenario for Hikuleo yet. Um, but the match result of two referees making simultaneous pins with different people was shit. But I get why they did what they did. Awesome Kong is announced to be inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory. We have a Minoru Suzuki vignette. That's exciting. And then Mercedes Martinez tells Gia Miller that she's keeping a close eye on the Knockouts Championship match at Bound for Glory. They're moving a lot of things forward, that's for sure. And they're planning for life after Bound for Glory, which is nice. Sam Beal and Manny Lemons have been cut from the learning tree, but you know who's still there? Zicky Dice, baby. I'm happy about that. The Inspiration sent R.D. Evans to sign their contracts for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team title at Bound for Glory. Now we get to our second match. You see how much business they got done between the matches? My lord. Jordan Grace and Falaba against Tennille Dashwood and John Schuyler. They're doing a lot of mixed tag stuff at Impact, which I do not mind because we also have Chelsea Green and Crazy Steve in a triple threat match with the different teams. A good exhibition for everybody, a very Impact kind of match where everybody gets in there and barely controlled chaos. And then at the end, I like that Dashwood planted Falaba with the spotlight kick to pick up the victory. So Tennille Dashwood and John Schuyler won. Third match is Mickey James, who has not been in Impact in many years, versus Savannah Evans. Tasha steals at ringside at a pick your poison match. Obviously, this is supposed to wear Mickey James down for Deonna Purrazzo at Bound for Glory. Mickey James manages to win. Um, she hits that roundhouse kick, and then the Mick DDT to pick up the victory. But Purrazzo starts playing mind games with Mickey, shoves her, and then Matthew Rehwoldt, the guy who comes with her, clotheslines Mickey. Brutal, brutal stuff. Looking forward to their match. Fourth match, Trey Miguel against Alex Zane. Two crowd favorites at Impact. I normally don't get a strong vibe off of those guys, but I gotta say, this looked really, really good. Really, really good. But then Steve Macklin attacks them both, or attacks Miguel, and is really beating their ass. But the Bullet Club gangs up on Macklin and gets him out of there. Um, Here is our Impact Bound for Glory match card. Christian Cage versus Josh Alexander for the Impact Championship. Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickey James for the Impact Knockouts Championship. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet with Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, Brian Myers, I believe, Moose, and William Morrissey. Wow, that's going to be pretty great. Trey Miguel against Steve Macklin against El Phantasmo in a triple threat match for the vacated X Division Championship. John Schuyler versus Crazy Steve versus Jordan Grace versus Falla Ball versus Chelsea Green versus Tennille Dashwood in a six-way match for the inaugural Impact Digital Media Championship. God, I hate digital media titles, but it is what it is. And then the Decay, who are the women's tag champions, versus the Inspiration, who are, of course, the iconics of old, which is amazing for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship. And then Heath Slater and To Be Determined versus Violent by Design. And then the Good Brothers versus Chris Bay and Hikuleo versus Juice Robinson and David Finlay in a triple threat match for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. Then we close with this Christian Cage versus Josh Alexander segment. They've all been very good. This one was my favorite to date. And at the end, they come to blows and have to get pulled apart. Sweet. Great go home show. Looking forward to Bound for Glory. All going to be part of my war journals since I'm going to be going to 3 live shows over Saturday and Sunday, and reporting on two being Dynamite and Bound for Glory. Oh Lord.